Hey guys, welcome to the Monday team call. I'm so excited that you guys are all here with us. Oh my goodness, we just got back from ICU Vegas. It was absolutely mind-blowing. You guys, I've been doing this for 7 years. I have been to all of the events, and I've been to, I think, 7 or 8 ICUs. I've done the East Coast ICU, I've done the Midwest ICU, I've done the West Coast, and this event in particular was probably the best event I've ever actually been to globally. Like, even out of celebration, even over a New Year's kickoff. ICUs are more of like education. They are more just, I guess, like, you're taking action. You are learning about the product, but then you're also learning like how to do the business. So it's very like not hands-on, but it's just more learning versus like I don't even think celebration or New Year's kickoff are hype, but this was like no hype. So it was just very real, very honest, like down to the nitty gritty. And so it was incredible. And we had Christina and Kimmy there with us on this, at this trip. And it was so great. So I'm excited to actually hear from Christina and Kimmy because they sacrificed a lot to get here. So go ahead, Christina.
Let me just unmute myself. Yeah, you guys, it's like the caliber of trainers that we had and how real they were was just like I came home and said, like, I feel like every single trainer like said like at least like a one-liner that was like like straight to me and like straight to my heart, because of how real they were. It wasn't just like coming on stage and like motivating, which is amazing. It's good to like feel good and get fired up and whatever. Which one of the trainers was Emily Vabra, and that's usually what they use her for because she's so good at it. And her energy, like everybody just match her energy. Like they usually bring her out at the beginning or the end, and like we don't get a lot of time with her. But you guys, we had like 2 days like with her and going into like her like nitty gritty, like what she actually says to people, what her days actually look like training from her. So that was like really valuable to me because I love all like the motivating everything. That's so good. But I also want to be like, okay, but like, what do you do in this situation? And what happens when you fail this way? And they shared that with us. So I don't know if I'm waiting for Kimmy to get on because I really want you to hear from her, but I'm also going to share some things. So when she hops on, I'll switch to her. So Kimmy is from Colorado. This event was in Las Vegas, and she drove, you guys, by herself 11 hours with 3 little kids. They're like not even 1, 3, and 5 by herself to come to this event. She found childcare. She brought them with her because she didn't have childcare where she was. She found childcare, and she like slept. We got like a rollaway for her in our room. She had 0 excuses, you guys, like 0. And she just like knew because leaders say get to events. She knew she just had to get to this event. And she had, like I said, it's like so many excuses not to come. So I can't wait. She's only been with us for 3 months, and she knew this was the first event she could physically like get to, and she went. So I don't think, do you see her on yet? I don't see. Oh, she is. Okay. Yay, Kimmy. Okay. So I'm just like so excited to hear from people who like take away things from their first event. And already, you guys, she is like thinking of ways to serve her team and bringing people in. She understands. We were just chatting. She understands the value of putting money, like even the money that she makes, back into her business so that she can bless the people that are coming onto her team. Because in turn, that means that her team's going to keep growing and money's going to come in. Oh yeah. And she's also like a nursing mom. So she was like up in the room, like pumping in between, and her baby, like, nurses all the time, but she took time away from her baby to be able to come. And she was like pumping in the room at like lunch breaks. And, yeah. So I want to bring her on to share some of her takeaways because I love hearing when people have their first events and just even like little things like, okay, she started thinking like, what can I do at these simple samples to be able to like help people like be motivated to start, and what can I give them? What can I bless my team with? All of these things that she probably wouldn't have like put into action if she hadn't come to this event, because that's what events do. They like actually put you into action, and she experienced our culture. So I would love to hear like a little bit about what she thought about that. So Kimmy, if you're ready, come on.
Is this how it
Hi.
works?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
How do
I saw you for a second. There you are.
Does that work? Okay.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, you're so nice with all that you said. Guys, it was are we here? Sorry, somebody just called me. I feel like I've been processing all sorts of stuff, and most of it, to be honest, is like confronting beliefs, whether it's about myself, and hindering things. I think one of the big standouts was when Emily Vavreau said, like, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, like, most people don't want to be great. And I really had to ask myself even that, because I think I thought of my life. I think we were raised to be world changers. And so I've always had that in my heart, in my brain and spirit. And like, that's why I'm here. But I think really taking like a self-examination of, do I really, number one, and am I willing to do what it takes to be great? And I think that that's really where you get a lot of resistance and from people, you know, with excuses. And part of it, I know, is there can be circumstances and, you know, whatever, and them having to confront their own things and being ready. I get that. But making that decision for myself, beyond just in my head, beyond just this ideal, but like going to a new level of dropping the excuses and taking the time to confront a lot of the beliefs that I have. And am I okay becoming that woman? And I think, even though this is so not related, it is related. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Todd White, but I think just something that he had said, and for me, like as a believer, him just saying like you should be like the best person on the planet. And I think I've just been combining them all of like, that's who I want to be, that's who I need to be. And so just being willing to live a life and take the practical tools that everybody else has said. I mean, you could think about like Rachel Hollis, you could think about any of the people we heard over the weekend. And if they say that these habits and certain things are important, then I need to really make them that important. I really loved what Laura Stevens addressed about, like, write down who your dream associate is, who are your dream team members, who is that, and like make everything that you do attract that person, like in your posting, in your pictures, in what you say. It should be geared towards that person. And so again, it was like this self-examination of, and again, like the beliefs about myself, but it being like, okay, I need to, like, for the first time, for whatever reason this is the case, I need to like look at what I possess, you know, and like, okay, I am this person, and I am this person, and I am this person, and like letting that, it sounds so cliche and I hate this, but like let it shine. Because, and being more clear on who I am, and being more clear on like what you want, so that you can actually like be that focused, and not in a simple way, but just for like, yeah, just, I mean, and they talked about that a bunch of like having your focus, having your, like, be that intentional, be that specific, be that, put it all over your walls, put it all over like everywhere that you see it, because that's what's going to get you somewhere. That's what's going to get you to progress. How long do I have? I'm sorry, I could talk forever. I'll stop. But yeah, so I think just combining all of it and just being willing to do the hard work of confronting stuff in my own, just in my own belief system, in my own, getting really clear on my why. I think letting myself think in a different way, because whatever hindering insecurities or confidence stuff, I think is, anyways, I think that the other one, I don't even remember the exact quote, but like that the power is in the moment that you decide, and versus it being like, oh, I'm building this business, okay, I want to get to this certain place, but like the power is in the moment you decide. The power is the moment you decide, I'm going to be successful, or I'm going to do ABC, I'm going to reach these goals, I'm going to, versus it being like, yeah, just this general idea that you'd like to at some point. And I I liked how it, to lower your attachment, but raise your belief. And just how that's going to exude out of you. Like if you believe in something and you grow that part in your conviction about why, that's where it's at. Like that's where, and not being attached to the outcomes of like, oh my gosh, this person could be amazing. And if only they would say yes. And if they don't, then you're crushed. So yeah, I feel like that would be just some of the takeaways. I know I could go on and on and on, but yeah, that's it. I'll stop there.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you, like, because Kimmy's actually been in network marketing before, and she's been to some events and things of other companies. And I'm not comparing at all. I just want to know, like, coming into an event like this, like, what was your, like, view of, like, our culture? Like, was it, like, intimidating? Was it scary to come in? Because I know that's something that stops people from coming to events, especially alone, if they have to go alone. Did you feel like any of that, like, whatever, like, after you
No, you know what?
went to the event?
I think it was, yes, I was a part of other stuff. And I mean, to be honest, like they were a great company. So it wasn't like this drastic, but I think I had even mentioned this to you, but it totally felt like being at home. It totally felt like, these are my people. And, but just even the atmosphere, it was super welcoming, super, like, I guess, like down to earth, if you want to say, like, it definitely was not intimidating. It was not, yeah. And even all the people that I got introduced to, it was so, like, just so much encouragement, so much, like you're not the new person, but it just being like, oh, like, yeah, nice to meet you. And then immediately like, oh, let's go do this. So let's go do this. And it's just, yeah, to put it simply, just feeling at home, feeling very welcomed, super down to earth, very comfortable, not intimidating at all. And I mean, I had started conversations with a couple people in line standing after the coffee shop or whatever. And it was not, and I've now seen pictures, like they probably were people who were high up and I didn't know that at the time. They totally were willing to like have the conversation with me. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And can you tell us what you, like, I don't know if this was from the event, but it seems like it, like what you plan to do to like invest back into your business?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. anything that I can do. I guess that would be another thing is like that they're really, and we learned this from Eric Worre. So I know that this is just a fundamental principle within network marketing across the board, but, I think I'm really taking it to heart. Kind of like the two things, like just do what they say. Just do what they say. Like, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to make up like, okay, I'll take like a couple of those nuggets and fit it into my world. But it being like, just if it works for all these people, why would we not? Let's just be clear on that. Number one. Number two would be, like, that there's really a lot of success to be found in momentum versus like you can build slow and that is possible, but you might as well run for it because it's just it will make the difference. And again, we learned that from Eric Worre, but it was definitely highlighted a lot throughout like, in most of the speakers. So I feel definitely like in that mode of if I'm not there, I need to get there. And wherever I feel hindered, I need to just get past it. And I think even just seeing all the skills across the board with this profession, like the repetitiveness is what's going to be like, you'll get good. Like you're not, we heard a lot, fail forward, but, I think there's like a peace and a comfort in that everybody's been there. And I think even how many things that they normalized of, have you had people fall off? Yes. Have we all had whatever? They like listed off all these different things. And even from the best, the people at the very top. And it was like, this is so normal. Like, this is just, so I think there's a peace and a comfort in that. And at the same time, like run with it and let the success, be in the momentum. So I'm totally blanking. Did I answer the question or no? Oh, so I feel like, yeah. So being willing to invest, being willing to jump in. And it's like, to be honest, it's like making me freak out for sure. Because I was telling Christina and Meredith how I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like looking at my list and I'm like, convincing myself out of all these people for all the reasons which you're not supposed to do. And I totally have done it. So this is going to take some serious guts, but I think even whatever accountability you need, whatever you like, do the things that you know are going to help you thrive. If you're serious about it.
Yay. Thank you so much. Yeah, that totally answered my question. And I love what you said about the like not making things too complicated, which is like a perfect segue into like what Meredith's going to talk about and what we're going to go into with these calls, is that the company has literally already done all of these things for us and we just need to use them. And like she said, when leaders are telling you this has worked for me and I use this, that's like the reason I never miss an event. No matter what, I don't miss the event because leaders have told me get to events, get to events, get to events. So this ICU is probably like my third or fourth. And I've been to everyone I can on the West Coast. So thank you so much. Kimmy, do you have anything else to add? You good? Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to share a bit of my takeaways. And again, like if you're like, oh, I've already been to an ICU, like if you guys have been in for a little bit, like Meredith said, that was like just this event. I don't even know how many events she's probably been to, but like just an ICU, probably like 7 or 8 times. And they have you do similar stuff every time, like finding your why and writing your 30-second story. And I've done that a ton of times. Like I've spent an entire day writing my 30-second story, but I still did it again. And it still feels good to get that story clarified and things change. And I have a performance story now and all the things. So going to events, if you show up with the attitude like, oh, I've already been there, or like, don't go because you think you already know everything they're going to say, like that is such the wrong mindset. I learn like so many things every time and even just doing. So like you guys can print these out, our 90-day action plans. Or success plans they're called now. We're going to talk about them more in a little bit, but do them. Don't just look at them, especially if you go to an event. Don't just be like, oh, this is nice, great, good for you. Like the company puts so much research and effort and getting ideas from the field from people that are actually doing things. And Kathy Coover, who rose to the top of 3 different companies, like this is her success plan. So you can print them out at isodenicsbusiness.com. I've done that before for like team members and handed them out. But you guys can do it. They're not that big this time. So I'm going to share a few takeaways. And when I want you to write something down, I'm going to tell you. So get a pen ready to write because some of these were like so good with verbiage. So we listened to Delray Messner or Messer. It's one of the two. Delray, look her up. I'm sure you've seen her. But she uses this verbiage. So like write this down if this like relates to you. When she's getting someone started, she always asks somebody like Messer. Yeah, Delray, Dr. Delray Messer. Like who do you know when she's talking to somebody about starting? Who do you know that would get up at 5 a.m. with you for a workout? Or like, is your husband gonna like keep buying Oreos and like stash them in the cabinet? Or like, is that gonna cause you to maybe like mess up on some of your goals? And if they're like, oh yeah, maybe, then it's like, well, he should do this too. Like you need to create in your new customers an account, like little accountability groups for them. So 2 or 3 people that they all can keep each other accountable. So asking those type of questions are like, who are you starting with? She said just to create, like in her team, she just creates the standard. It's just that it's not everybody's building a business. It's just the standard that you're going to start with friends or family because that is what's going to make you successful, even in your weight loss goals. So just little questions like that. So who would you get up for at 5 a.m. for a workout? Or who would go running with you? Who would walk with you at the park while your kids play? Start asking those questions right away and create that standard that you just get 2 people because you get your products paid for and you need to be accountable. That's just what needs to happen. And then this is the verbiage. Probably write this down too. I can say it slow or twice, but this is what she uses when talking about what pack to choose and leading with the value pack. She says, okay, this pack or the best pack to reinvent your relationship with food and has the most snacking options because I know you said that's important to you or that has been a struggle or what you address what their goals are. So if they're like, oh, I don't eat till 1 a.m. Be like, I know that's been a struggle for you to find like something to eat that's quick to take into work. Or I know you said you don't know what to snack with. Like, so using that verbiage, the best pack to reinvent your relationship with food. Oh, Meredith's typing out. And has the most snacking options because I know you said that's important to you or because you said that's been a struggle for you in the past, would be this value pack, and then go into, what's in it. And then another thing that she says is when she's, again, sharing, okay, great. So when you get your mom or get your husband in to do this with you and you guys are all doing it together, keeping each other accountable, she shares, you share, they share, and then says, when is the last time that you got $400 just for sharing something you love? It's not good. So good. Like nobody, like you on Amazon, you get like $5 back if you like refer somebody to who knows what. So I love that verbiage. She also, then she says, like, projecting, like, okay, awesome. Now with these 2 people, we only have 4 levels of leadership and you're already on our first. Can you believe it? And they're like, oh, like it kind of, again, puts that little like, wow, like I already did something like super awesome. And then you guys just have to watch this. Like I can't do justice how she said this, but I wrote it down. And I think Meredith took a video, but she's like, if people are like, you're like dragging people, like, come on, let's go to this event, or come on, like get on a call with me, and like, or they fall off or whatever. Because again, we said that people, they're being so real. She's like, it's okay to have pages and pages of zeros. Like you guys, people stop ordering. That's okay. It has nothing to do with you. But she's like, I'm a freight train of impact. I'm not stopping. You can get on this stop, on the next one after that, but I am not stopping and waiting for you. This train is going with or without you. And just to have, if she's talking about just that posture, about like, just like, don't wait for them. You just have to you're going no matter what, and you have to know why. So that's why we're going to go into some of these like action steps of finding out like why you believe that is true. And then Kimmy mentioned a little bit, like write down, we might do this in future calls too, but like write down characteristics of who you would want to join your team and like put them like everywhere, and you'll start to attract those people. You also have to become that person. So if you I want people that are committed and stop falling off, you have to be committed yourself. Like you have to show up to the calls. You have to show up to the event. You have to be actually doing the steps every day, calling people, doing like all that like nitty gritty stuff if you want that type of person to come into your business. So, a few more things I wanted to share was we had this amazing woman named Carla Italiano. She was so real and so refreshing as a trainer, you guys. But she took us through all of her like verbiage. She said, like, again, she's being so real. She's like, have I like sat down next to someone on an airplane, like all ready to talk to them about Isagenix? And like immediately, like he just like got up and walked away. Like she barely had said anything. She said like something when he asked her what she did, and she like blurted something out, and we literally got up and walked away. But she's like, stop giving your power away to people like that. Like that has nothing to do with you. Again, like I like to say, like if you're in an elevator and there's people around you and you have gum or a mint and you're like, hey, you want some gum? Hey, anybody want a mint? I'm gonna have one. And they're like, no, I'm good. You're not gonna take that personally. Like you're gonna be like, okay, I guess they don't want gum right now. Maybe after they have coffee, they want, timing. Same thing here. We are offering this opportunity. We are offering this product. If they're like, no, or get up and walk away, it has nothing to do with you. Stop letting those negative people like take away the power. So what if he had gotten up and she's like, oh, I can't do this. Like nobody's gonna listen to me, and stopped. Like, no, has nothing to do with those people. So this is her formula. Write this down of when she is reaching out to people or when she's like talking to people, like new connection. So the formula is rapport, so number 1, reason, compliment, and then a question. So especially through like text or Facebook Messenger or whatever, you want to start with something like a message, like how it's personal to them. Like, oh my gosh, I just saw that like you went on this trip to Italy. That looks so amazing. Or the UK or, wherever. That looks so amazing. Or, oh my gosh, congratulations on the new job. You need to like have some sort of rapport with them to be able to reach out to them, because how many of us are getting like cold messages from other network marketers that just feel really impersonal and feel icky, like they don't feel good. Like, I don't know you. So have that rapport, something you can like personally relate to them with, and then always give them a reason. People don't want to feel, again, like they are being I do get them all the time. People don't want to feel like they are being like, you know, like fished out or whatever. Like you have to, and they're going to be like searching your message right away. Like, whoa, I haven't talked to her since high school. Why is she messaging me now? So give it to them. So say like, I wanted to share something with you, or like, I was thinking about you the other day because, and it's true, we really were thinking about them. And then compliment them. So I thought of you because of this reason, or like, I see you're like doing amazing in your career, or I see that you're like killing it in the gym. So compliment them. And she says like it works, like she's researched kind of what messages have gotten the best response in the past. And it was this formula. So in this order, compliment and then a question. Always end with a question. Because like if you're not asking them like to, you know, respond or asking them for some sort of action stuff like, oh, would you be interested in watching this quick video? Would you be interested in jumping on a call with me, going to coffee with me? Then they'd have nothing to respond to. So don't put a question like at the top, like put a question at the bottom. So yeah, I have some examples about that, but we can like type them out in the group. And then she just shared so much good stuff. Some other things that I wanted to share with you guys was even like work on like checking, if you're not familiar with your back office and checking your cycles, or IsaPulse app is so easy. Check those throughout the week so that you can raise the standard every week. So if you're like cycling twice per week, you are like, okay, my next goal is like 3 times and then 4 times or 5, you know, I want to hit the 5 cycle bonus and then I want to get to 10 cycles. Like you have to be looking at those so that you can increase them. And even 1 extra cycle per week is $2,813 per year of a pay raise. And we can give that to ourselves, you guys. Like that's huge. Just 1 extra cycle per week. Some people don't get pay raises for like 2 years in their jobs. And sorry. And then she really like, which was really good for me, Emily Vavra, like getting into like what she actually does. She's like, when you have an hour or when you have 30 minutes, don't take the time from that hour to like make a perfect post and like edit photos and like whatever, like tag and do hashtags and all of that. No, take the hour to actually put in the work and do the action to reaching out to your list. So, or like making new connections. So don't like sit there and be like, oh, well, I was really productive because I made a post, like especially if you're busy and don't have a lot of time. She said it's this business and how to be successful is 80% doing the finding new people, connecting, doing meetings, coffee, Zooms, on the phone, 3 ways. That's what's going to grow your business. And then it's only like 20% should be the training and things that like, and your social media and things that support your business. But a lot of people have that flipped where they're 80% of the time they're doing things that are just supporting their business and not actually growing, not the meeting new people, connecting and doing meetings. She's like, meetings make money. That's just basically where it's at. Last thing I wanted to share. Well, Meredith might share this, but yeah, it's just like the goal setting, and again in our action plan, we're probably going to be going into that. So I'm gonna see what Meredith has to say. I'm gonna like shift it over to her. Watch out because she's like so fired up and so excited. So get out notes, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what we are going to be going into and just like some things that she learned also. So go for it.
Hello. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love everything that Kimmy and you shared. You guys, this is the thing. This is why you bring new people to events, because they get fired up. They're ready to go. We were with another girl who is brand new. I don't even think she had ordered yet. She ordered and enrolled 4 people immediately. She's ready to quit her job. Like the belief level skyrockets at events. It's something that you just can't do. They don't get to feel the community. They don't get to feel, you know, and get that belief poured into them. And it's duplicatable. If it's not duplicatable, you guys, here's the thing. There was a quote that Emily said. It is sell the thing that sells the thing. So use a tool, you guys. We hear it all the time. Don't be a fool. Use a tool. Tools are duplicatable. If you know how to sell something, or you know how to whatever, they don't know how to do that. So that's not going to sell the thing again. So you have to take people to events so that they get that fire, that burning desire, or you find out they're not going to do anything. Like it just gets it quicker. you know? So events are critical and they help. That's investing in your business. You want to put back your double PIB or whatever back into your business, whether it's, you know, buying those samples for those tastings, or it's buying your celebration ticket, whatever it may be, or a friend's celebration ticket, because that's going to invest in your business. You guys, I want to give kudos to Kimmy because she slept on a cot in our room. Like, she was committed. And I see myself in that, because that's what I did, except for slept on the floor because someone else had the cot. So we like all just jammed in a room. Yeah, I'm really fired up. I love Del Rey. Del Rey, you guys, if you don't know who she is, she was a doctor, a chiropractor, and she actually made her own line of wellness products. She comes from a farming background, and she shared this at the event, and everyone got very emotional, because here's the thing. They realize what we have. And what we have isn't leggings. It's not nail polish. This actually radically changes people's lives physically, like radically. We've all experienced that. Physically, we can save people's lives. And so what you have in your hands, this gift that you have, yes, I would recommend like saying it like, do you want this, like a Tic Tac? But knowing the gift that you're actually offering, if they say no, that's on them, right? That's on them. That's okay. It may not be the right time. Just like Emily Vavra's best friend. Now's the time, because she just had a baby. She's like, I want to be home with my kids, and I don't want to go back to work. It is timing. She said they're not ready to hatch yet. You know, like now she's ready to go, and the timing's everything, because then they're just going to go for it. Right. So it's all about timing in people's lives, but that we actually have a true gift. And what Del Rey explained is, she's like, nothing can change people's lives more than money, because from a farming background, she's like, I'm watching my dad's best friends take their own life because of the farming industry, and they don't want to face what they're facing. And she's like, the fact that I have the ability to free my parents financially so my dad doesn't have to feel that, right? Like that is impact, right? And she's like, I have a dear best friend who's going through something that she couldn't say, but basically they're going to the Mayo Clinic. So we know it's some sort of a cancer, going to the Mayo Clinic. And she's like, I can just put my business aside for a minute. But because I've built with consistency every single day, taking action. It's not a Facebook post, guys. It's actual action, and messing up and screwing up and hearing people say no all the time. Like, I still have all of my husband's family who has not said yes to us yet. Like, hearing that every single day, but knowing that it's building this foundation in your franchise, because it's an actual business, that when life happens, because it's going to happen, we know that, where who knows what's going to happen, right? We just had a death on our team. You guys, it's real, where people need this money, not tomorrow, but today, yesterday. So we have this gift, and by us holding it back and not being selfish, actually selfish and scared to not share this with them, is on you. And somebody else is going to tell them. I know we've said this before, but 1% of America knows about Isagenix and is using Isagenix. Our reach, I mean, Sarah's in the UK, that's probably a less percentage, but like 1%. So our reach is massive. It is not saturated. And have you shared this with everyone, and sharing it with everyone in a way of urgency, but also with your heart. You guys, like I said, it's not a legging. It's not a nail polish. This is something that could actually change their families' lives physically. I mean, it's always funny to me when people are like, oh, your children eat it. I'm like, yes, this is for anybody. Anybody. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a child, an old lady. I don't care. Like, this is for every person. So offering that to them, investing in your franchise, because that's what it is. Emily told this to her best friend, because she used the products. She's like, this is your, what was the word that she used? Was it like your legacy? It's like your investment.
Like a financial asset.
Yes, this is your financial asset. Never, ever stop ordering 100 BV. I don't care if you do the business or not. This is your financial asset that you can tap into when you're ready. So that's massive. Oh my gosh, I have so many things. I love what Del Rey said about, it's not, you didn't leave them there. They chose to stay there. So it felt really good to hear someone like Del Rey say, she has dragged people, because when you have that personality where you really love people and you want it so badly for them, and all you want is for them to hit 1-star, 2-star, whatever, like it actually like hurts me inside. But she's like, you have to let them go because you want it more than them. Like you by you doing the action, you meeting the new people, you enrolling the new people, they are going to say, oh, wait, oh, she doesn't have time for me anymore. Like, she's not dragging me anymore. Like, you're moving on and you're meeting the people, and you are building this because it's for your legacy, for your family, for your future. But what will get you into action, I would say, is it's not about you. It is about those other people who you can reach. And what I love what that girl said, I feel like Kristen Italiano or whatever, what she said is that she went, it took like 1.5 years for her to hit manager. And it was like, she said she was working pretty hard to hit manager. And she's like, I finally, 1.5 years in, I did. But here's the thing, I never stopped. It wasn't a question in my mind, oh, I didn't hit it, I'm just gonna give up. She's like, I was consistent every single day. I did the thing. And it took me that long to hit it. And then she went like 1, 2, 3, I think she hit 4-star. But it like, in 11.5 years, you guys, that's the thing. It's like, there was no question in her mind to quit. And then her daughter got diagnosed with leukemia because life happened. And she's like, thank God I was consistent for those 3.5 years where I could do these things and I could lay at my daughter's bedside and do whatever it needed. Like I'm not saying bad things are going to happen, but life happens somewhere in life. So being prepared and setting up for that plan B. And she's like, of course, guess what? It's food, because our franchise is food. And I was eating food. So I brought the food in with me and ate the food because it's better than hospital food. Like that, I don't know. Like that's what gets me excited is like everybody eats. And Laura Stevens says it till she's blue in the face. You guys, it's redirecting your grocery budget. Everyone can do that. It's better than couponing. You know, like I can show you how to get half of your products off. Like I can show you how to get all of it off, like for free. This nutrition is free. We did get to hear Jim Coover, our co-founder, and Kathy speak about their past and what they've been through. And truly, you guys, if you've not yet watched the Herb and Audrey Moss call, a lot of us were at ICU, so we couldn't see it. It is recorded. It's somewhere on YouTube. I'm going to find it. My girlfriend Natalie's watched it 3 times. She's obsessed because they really go into not comparison of us and other companies, but what we have. If you understand network marketing or whatever, it's unbelievable. Like Jim Coover is the father of all compensation plans. He created them. So, and he said on stage, he's like, there is a company out there who's still using our old comp plan. Like they're out there. And he's like, it's sad. And we've never, ever changed our compensation plan, which companies do, except for adding more money. They added $4 million to the front of the company. So like, or for the front of the compensation plan. To know that our co-founder, Kathy, she rose to the top of 3 companies, and she saw what they hated. That's why they left network marketing. They didn't like that. They just didn't pay you. Apparently, I just learned that companies still do that. There was a girl who came to this event. She's like, oh yeah, our company just didn't pay us. That has never happened in 17 years of Isagenix. Like, what? And that they came back out of retirement. They are not publicly owned. You guys, like I do research this. And so I know which companies are publicly traded, publicly owned, which is very, very scary for the associate. That's very unsettling. So just knowing these things, knowing that, you know, Jim was so young when he brought the Cambridge diet to $1 billion a year in 1 year. Like that's the thing. That's the way he works. And so that was really, really cool to see and just to know like, wow, like this company, they came out of retirement for us. Why? Because they want to impact lives. And their mission statement, yes, is to create the healthiest and the healthiest people on the planet with the most 6- and 7-figure income earners in network marketing ever than any other company. But they added, I got to find the photo. Maybe Christina, you can write it. They added to like be the best network marketing company, like integrity or something. If she finds it and writes it, you guys, I was like, yes, to do network marketing the right way. Like better than any other company in the world. So I love that that's their heart, that that's their focus, and that it's family owned. Oh yeah, tell me, Christina, do you know it? I think you're unmuted.
I was just looking it up, but it was basically to be the most trusted network marketing company in the world.
I mean,
like, because there's ones that are not.
Yes. And like that to me, I'm just like, oh, like I just, you're in the right spot. Like the freaking A in Isagenix is the associate is the whole point of like that we matter. Like they're in the field. Kathy was in the field. Jim was the one creating comp plans. Like, Eric Hoover, their son, was in the field. They forced him to get to be executive before they even let him into their company. And so they understand it. They know it. Yes, with our arms raised because we are winners. Yes, and that we are all the same. Like it's like a Me Too company. Oh my gosh, what they're doing with the Legacy Foundation is just amazing. Like you guys, we built a school. I mean, there's tons of things that we've done, but $11 million, I think it was $11 million for the Legacy Foundation, just in like a year. So it's just beautiful, and that you can be a part of that too, doing it in your auto ship. I have so much, but I feel like the biggest thing is that I'm saying this because it comes from the top down myself, because I'm a leader, is, we are obligated. You are obligated to share this health with everyone, but this financial opportunity. And just to make you guys, don't be freaking weird. Just say, hey, I'm going to show you how to get your products paid for, just like couponing. This is what you do. Like, it's just not weird. Just say, I'm obligated to show you this. I'm so glad somebody showed me, because I needed this nutrition for free. So I'm just going to show that to you. You're welcome to do it or not, whatever. Like, that's it. You don't need to be weird about it. And that now is the time. Now is the time, you guys. We are just getting started, and it's scary because I'm telling you, we are just getting started. The fact that that we only have 1% in North America, people who even know Isagenix, like it just blows my mind. And that where we are going, what the company has in store for us is insane. So don't treat this like it's just one of those things, or it's just a side hustle. It can be an actual financial freedom thing in your life, but if you're not treating it as such, that's on you. Like it is. Your daily actions are everything. And Laura Stevens said, social media is your storefront. So like that girl who said, I met the guy on the airplane or whatever, she met another girl on an airplane. And it did go well. And that girl said, I want your information, like just social media wise. She's like, great. Well, she saw from her storefront, what she does. Not spammy, obviously, like if you need help with that, we've got trainings, but it just being real, just saying like this, I love this food, whatever. And showing both. So Laura Stevens says, you've got to show both, because if you're showing the product all the time and then like randomly like throw in the business and it's like a little uncomfortable, they're like, okay, I feel a little bit. You've got to show both very like interchangeably, because it is both. It just comes together. And so, but using that storefront as you got to, because when those are the contacts that you're bringing in. Maybe Isagenix didn't come up in that conversation, so that's the way it's going to come up again, is them seeing your storefront. But that is not an income producing activity, in my opinion. Meeting the people. Something that was said, I guess I've never said it to you guys, I do, is every time you friend someone on social media, screenshot it. Like if you're out and about meeting people and then you friend them, screenshot it so you don't lose it, so that you don't forget that you friended them. That is something that's really important. Am I forgetting anything before I say? I did actually want to, I learned this from Allison Matthews. She's another 6-figure earner in our company. She was like, I'm realizing that we don't do enough 3-way calls, and almost like as community, to build that, I don't know, to build that friendship, I guess. So with 3-way calls, they can look a little different. It could be a call, it could be a Zoom, it could be on 3-way Facebook Messenger text message. And this is what Allison said she does. She's like, oh yeah, like they get their box and I immediately have someone on the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to hear her story. It's amazing. Physically, right? And I think that she throws in her financial thing. And then she's like, okay, next week I have another girl I want you to chat with too. Or I have another story I really want you to hear. So it's actually like super not weird, and she's just connecting them to people all the time. So that person feels, number one, loved, seen, and knows that she can go to that other person if she ever needs help or he ever needs help. Like they're just connected and feel like a part of this thing. And then it's duplicated. That person only knows that she ever got on Zoom. So everyone's getting on Zoom, or like that she got on this 3-way messenger. So that's really cool. What else? It's not about me. I already said that. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, and Christina, always hop in here if you need, but we're going to be making things very duplicatable. So like we said, print out this game plan, isagenixbusiness.com. We're going to be going through them weekly. So every week we're going to do this, but it's going to be a little different because we are going to, like, the first part is like your why, establishing your why. But at the end of the call, we're going to have everyone share. So, and like we can help tweak you and help you a bit here and there. And then the next week it's the next piece, and the next week it's the next piece, so that you are being trained, because we really want to help you guys duplicate this and like be confident and start taking action. Because like I think every single one of those girls said, oh yeah, like, you know, my desk was my kitchen table. My desk was like this little folding table in my room. I didn't have this beautiful office made for me and like all these things and get all my stuff lined up. No, it was just like, okay, who are going to message? Where am I going to message? Who am I calling? Like, it's messy. And they didn't get ready to get ready. They just took action. And action is going to teach you, right? Maybe what didn't work, what really works. And it's going to allow you to learn, but if you're not taking action, no momentum's going to be built. And yeah, there's not going to be any movement forward. So what else am I forgetting? Christina, anything?
I was just looking up the link to post the success plan.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the exact ICU one is up, but just you guys find the most current one, obviously, that's on isagenixbusiness.com. And I did want to mention something that was said about, again, not making it weird about people bringing people in to do this with them, is that also if you're just presenting products, like the products are amazing, come in and use the products, then all of a sudden, because you guys, we are obligated to share the opportunity. You're obligated. You can even say that. I'm obligated to share this with you because like that's a solution that we offer. It's like one of the main pillars is financial. And so you don't want to say product, and then you like get them enrolled and all of a sudden you're like, okay, so now here's what you need to do. You know, like now let me tell you about the money or whatever, because people are going to feel like that's like a bait and switch. Like you've gotten them in and now all you want them to do is do the business, which is not what it is at all. You know, like we said, like these people are just coming in with like accountability groups and they can just earn product, like whatever, rebates, you know, I forgot what they call them right now. But they're just coupons to go into their account. Like they don't have to do the business. But if you don't like mention that up front and you don't actually offer the opportunity for like life-changing money until they're already enrolled, that they're going to feel. And I had a girl say this to me last week about a different company. She's like, I like wanted to try their their probiotics. And, I hated it because she signed me up as a business builder and all I wanted to do was just try the products. And she's like, and all of a sudden I was in this whole thing and like all these things. So don't do that. Don't do like the bait and switch. So that's why we have to offer all of the solutions up front.
Yes. Go ahead. Are you sure you're going to remember? Okay. So I wanted to say too, something that I know we know, but I guess I had a call at the event with a girl and she was like, okay, do I have to like pay $16 a month to be a coach? And I'm like, what? And she's like to be a business builder, do I pay $16 a month to be a coach? And I'm like, no. And then she's like, well, do I have to pay for the website? I'm like, no. And she's like, well, do I have to pay? Like, what do I have to pay for? I'm like, everyone starts the same damn way. Like, there's no difference. Like, it's just all the same. I don't know what to tell you. I got started like a customer and then went directly into making money. Like, it's all the same, which is different for other companies. Like, do I sign up as a this or that or whatever? We have a free freaking app. We have a free app. And it's amazing. Our app is incredible. And there's like a percentage of people who do better with the app. I forget what it was, but 95% of people or 95% retention rate when you get people paid right away their first month. 95% retention rate, you guys. And our website is free, and we just have all this stuff that's so incredible. Our ISA Pulse is free to see what your team is doing, who you need to celebrate. And with that, I wanted to say, with your goals, if you do not see a target, you will not hit a target, whether that is physically or financially. So everyone says, and I can say it for myself, in my closet here, it's kind of a mess. I have my old vision boards that I made. Now I just put it as a screensaver as my phone, which I need to redo. But if you want to hit 5-cycle bonus, that 5-cycle better be everywhere all over your house, on the screen of your computer, on your phone, on your steering wheel, on your mirrors, everywhere. 5-cycle bonus, 5-cycle bonus. And like Christina said, Sunday night, where'd you hit? What are your people's goals for next week? Who's in the running for whatever? So who's running for 1-star, 2-star, consultant, manager? Like, where are people at? So if you're not tracking that every Sunday night, which I'll admit, like, I don't do that. I just get my getting ready to celebrate everyone what they did. But that's not helping me with my next goals or my team with their next goals. Are they just like, gliding by, right? So, and that goal may be you need to get out of the house because you're ready to enroll 2 a week. 2 a week, I remember early on, Betsy Frame said. Betsy Frame's a millionaire in our company. She's an amazing woman, has abs of steel at like in her 50s, 60s or whatever. So anyways, she said, my goal has always been 2 a week. That's double PIBs, which if you don't know what that is, like the pack that you enroll, it doubles if you enroll 2 or more. So 2 a week. And she says, in that month, you get free vitamins because you enrolled 5 that month. So you get free vitamins. So she's like, I've always focused on 2 a week. So if that number 2 needs to be everywhere, that's helpful, but it needs to be seen. And we learned too that your brain doesn't really understand like 1-star. If you write the income level next to that 1-star, that's going to help. So your brain can receive the income. So everywhere, you guys, your goals, if you cannot see a target, you will not hit the target, and that is real life. So, and if that means that you need to have in place, which is so beautiful, our company is amazing. I'm going to get into like the end of the call here. You guys are amazing for staying on, but they are offering 2 free celebration tickets until supplies last. If you host a launch party, or in a launch party, it could be inviting 50 people and 2 people show up. That's okay. But you need to create it on the isagenixevents.com website. You will get a shake of your choice. It's amazing. And honestly, I'm going to be like, when that's over, I'm going to implement that into the business anyways. Anyone who has a launch party, it's basically book a meeting from a meeting. So at that launch party, anyone who books one that night with me for their next one, I'm going to give them a product of their choice because I'm going to celebrate that. That's amazing. They're going to get people into their home and share this gift with them too. So also get them paid. So, but that's another way to put back into your business. You're gifting that out. I used to pay people for referrals. So when I'm asking people if they don't want to enroll with me for a referral, I say, well, would you like product or do you want some cash, like a gift card? What do you want? And so typically they'd ask for product, and that's going back into your grocery store, you guys. So yeah, I would always do that. So hit a target, see a target. Okay, so going into everything. So Emily Vavra said, and I'm going to do better at this, so be ready. At the end of every single thing, there's a call to action. And the call to action right now is going to be celebration tickets. Celebration is in Nashville this year, you guys. It was in Nashville last year, and it was a freaking blast. Christina and I got private VIP tickets to Sugarland. It was so fun. This year, I'm going to try find something else. We'll find something. But those of you who go executive, you may get a little treat like that. So we got to like VIP drinks and got to meet some famous people in the back room who were up and coming country singers. So yeah, but Celebration's amazing. And actually they have a promotion running for Celebration Nashville. So Christina, go ahead and share what you did last year, you and Laura.
Yeah. So it was so fun because you guys, we just like throw people in rooms. Like, I don't even care. Like, everybody come, let's just all get in a room and let's like do it. But they had this promotion last year also, which is such an incentive because you get your ticket. And if you guys do a launch party, get a free celebration ticket. You get 2, bring a friend, win this promotion. All you have to cover is your flight. Like, that's literally it. Or if you're close, drive. So, you can find this again in isogenicsbusiness.com. Just, they have a search thing, literally just like type in Nashville, or it's also in your back office under contests and promotions. It's called Next Stop Nashville. And so these are the dates it was actually started April 29th till June 9th. And then they'll like announce the qualifiers June 19th. So it's the top 300 enrollers between those dates. So April 20th. So if you've already rolled a bunch of people, you're like ahead of the game because it started at the end of, like 7 days ago. So you're going to win 4 nights in a hotel. And you guys, this was so fun because I got to stay, they put me in like Lowe's hotel, which was like really, me and Laura, which was really nice. And we just like are all over, just taking over all the hotels. So 4 nights, you guys, in a really nice hotel. And then you get, which was so cool, $100 credit to go shopping before anybody else does. So the store is so fun. And it's like, you get to like I got like all my swag, you know, like I got like shirts and like a hat and a water bottle and like all the things. And you guys, the lines at Celebration, waiting in the world of Isogenics, especially the first day, because all like certain sizes go super fast. So I just felt like such a VIP getting to go in early and like get free swag. So how I did that last year is I just set a goal, you guys. Oh, and the enrolling, like your can't talk right now, new members coming in only have to be at 100 BD. So that goes so well with what we've been talking about with like the Forever Pack and like how Isogenesis is back and like we can get people started like that and then work up to, you know, their goals and adding and all the things. But it's so perfect and so generous, you guys, of this company. Like they could be like, oh, you have to enroll 10 value packs, you know? So it's going to be the top 300 enrollers between those dates. And, so how I did it last year is just set that goal. I was like, that motivates me. Like, I want that free hotel room, you know? And I just kind of checked them off, like, you know, like enrollments as I got them and really reached out to people because I knew that and which is what we're going to go into anyways. Kimmy was talking about it a little bit, like success loves speed. So it's like getting that whole group together, which is fun, like bringing all your new people in together, and like focus on connecting and enrolling people. So I'll say this maybe in our group, but I'm going to go live on like a little way to do some like goal setting using like the Passion Planner way. It was so helpful for me. So I'm going to do like a separate video on that. But you guys just have to set the intention. Like, I'm going to do this. I need to do this, especially if you need it financially. Like, don't let anything stop you or get in your way. Talk to everybody and some options. Maybe they're like, no, I'm good. I don't need any of that stuff. And you can be like, well, what about sleep spray? How do you sleep? Like, people are not sleeping very well these days, you guys. Or like just like the greens. Like, you can get somebody started on a pack with like all the goodies. So that's all I have to say about that. And it's in your back office under contests and promotions.
I love it. Yay. Good job. You and Laura rocked it last year. So yeah, you guys see a target, hit a target. Even if they say like shoot for the stars, hit the moon, like at least you've built momentum in your business. I wanted to say a few things. Okay, first, so a lot of you guys are watching the recording. You're not financially tied or whatever in the team. But the Spirit of Isogenics Award, the votes are happening now. So you can go ahead and do that. I'll post a link. The Mother's Day promotion, this is the final week for it. So get those oils to your loved ones, your mama loved ones. And the Audrey and Herb call is a must watch. I'll post the link for that. And then, every other week, we are going to have an opportunity meeting just like this. So, you know, it could be a physical event in your home with like a launch party, or it can be virtual. So we're going to do a watch party. It's going to be Monday, the 13th is the next one. And we're going to be doing those all the time. Isogenics does them too, you guys. That's another thing, like, you have a upline, you have someone training you or whatever, maybe you don't, but the company offers this. And so they have this every single Wednesday, the Ideal Life calls. They have a Step Up to 2-Star call. They have it's for every single level of leadership. You can get on a call. It's there. So utilize those if you can't get on these or maybe whatever. And then for my team personally, we are doing the Flourish event in Arizona, July 11th through the 14th. Everyone is welcome to come. We are going to have a VIP tour with Travis Garza. Like, you guys, we are going to be treated like royalty there. And The place is beautiful. It's a resort. Kelly Dickerhoof, the top 5 millionaire in Isagenix, top 5 income earner in Isagenix. I think she's number 2 right now in the whole company, 1 or 2. She is going to be there, and she's going to just pour out everything to us and ask questions. And she's such a great person because she'll like dig deep with you personally and like really help you kind of find your voice and really speak that life into you to get you to where you need to be or where you should be going and stuff. She did that to me, gosh, like 7 years ago. So really awesome that she's coming to our event. I just can't even believe it. So there's that. And then the last thing, okay. I like that this was said. I know we're going over, but this was said at the event. I could have made a lot of money in different ways in different companies, like, you know, buying a franchise or whatever. I mean, I did Etsy. Like, I could have made a lot of money in different ways. But this impacts lives like forever, generations, forever. A haircut, a hairstyle that I did is not going to impact my kid's life generationally. Like, to see my kids even say, wow, Mom, I see you loving people. Like, they see me loving people and why I'm doing this, because I want to radically change the history of people's lives forever, if that's what they want, right? And so, like, it's kind of crazy. You can make a lot of money in a lot of different companies. But, like, aligning with my morals and just like my heart and my core values, it's just so beautiful to be in this company. And something else, find, like, if you are a leader in this, in this business, really they just say, find 5 people to work with. Find 5 new people to work with. Everyone, including yourself, go back to executive. Just that's always a goal. Get back to executive. Like, do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. 5 people. So find your 5. I know Sarah has 10. She's a rock star. She's freaking amazing. And so look for your 5, right? If you don't have 5 right now, you've got 2. Let's go meet some people. 80% prospecting. And then I wanted to say personally, because I know Emily said this and Laura, going to people's homes. I want you to know, as a leader, like, I love doing this. I love traveling. I flew across the world to some people's homes to meet them, to meet their children, to see the color of their carpet and their curtains and know their real desire and like their wants and dreams for their life. Like, I thrive off of that. That lights me up, because showing them what's possible and like really painting that picture and them seeing me care, like that's really what a leader does. So I want to encourage you guys. You know, I was talking to the Minnesota team and she's like, oh yeah, I don't know who watches this, but like Barbie just went through breast cancer and just had her last surgery. And she was like 1.5 weeks post surgery and drove 4 hours to a launch party. That's a leader. That's a world changer. That is, I mean, would you do that? I don't even know if I would do that. Like, that's amazing. But she's like, no, I'm here to change lives. Like, I've got this one life and I want this life to matter and I want it to count, and I'm going to go and do the thing. So like, are you driving? Christina and I drove 6 hours to do one. Like, are you doing that? Like, go to your people who are raising their hand, you know? And Emily Vavra said, run with the runners, jog with the joggers, crawl with the crawlers. The crawlers may not get that time with you, but, and that's why the new associate interviews there. Kathy Coover created it for her last companies. That's what got her to the top of her companies, was the new associate interview. So we are going to be using that more to really qualify our time, qualify your time, to see like how committed you are. So we're excited, and I hope you are too. I can't wait for next week. Make sure you get your celebration tickets, and thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.